Taoiseach, the Garda Síochána are currently engaged in a joint EU-funded research programme called Roxanne, Real-Time Network Text and Speaker Analytics for Combating Organised Crime, that runs from September 2019 to August 2020. Now, among the participants to this project are the Israeli Ministry of Public Security. They oversee the Israeli Prison Service, police, border control, and so on, who have been involved and implicated in repeated, terrible human rights abuses of Palestinians, including many children, administrative detention, detention of children without trial, and just so many human rights abuses that have been recently documented by, among others, the Irish Palestinian Solidarity Campaign, a report they produced in August. And they have written to the Minister for Justice. I submitted a parliamentary question, which was ruled out of order, saying, what on earth are the Garda Síochána doing, who have, as part of their code of ethics, very specific, clear commitments to human rights. And they are partnering with an Israeli body that is deeply implicated in human rights abuses. I want to put it to you, Taoiseach, we should have no hand or part in such a project involving the Israeli Ministry of Public Security, and indeed that we should be raising at European level that the EU, who's supposed to respect human rights, should have nothing whatsoever to do with such a project if the Israeli Ministry of Public Security is involved.
In relation to the Deputy Boyd Barrett's reference to a joint European Union research group, as I understand, in relation to combating organised crime, I think you said it was. First of all, I would commend the European Union for organising a group to deal with organised crime across Europe, because crime is now international. It knows no borders, and it's important that on Garda Síochána are participants in any European Union project that would subsequently enhance their intelligence and their insights into how organised crime is working globally, in terms of how one can use analytics, in terms of combating organised crime. Now, the question is, should the Israeli police force be a part of that European initiative? I think is the more relevant question than saying the Gardaí shouldn't be part of a European consortium which is working on advanced mechanisms to defeat organised crime. My view is that defeating of organised crime is critical for us in Europe. If you look at what's happening in South America, for example, the power of organised crime is such that it challenges the rule of the state. And indeed, it has penetrated the state in many instances in terms of influence and power, and ultimately to the detriment of the ordinary citizens of the state. So there are always balances to be struck in situations like this. But I'll take your point in relation to I think there are issues in terms of the performance of the Israeli police force and military forces, without question, in terms of human rights abuses in Palestine and towards Palestinians, which are unacceptable, and which Europe has taken a strong stand on as well. And Europe has also been very supportive of Palestinians. They've been very supportive of Palestinians through the support of UNRWA, for example, and through the support of other infrastructural initiatives in the West Bank and indeed in Gaza, and will continue to be supportive of Palestinians in terms of their human rights, but also in terms of enabling them to build a state apparatus to support the Palestinian people, and that will also continue. So it is a balancing of the approach to these issues. Different member states have different perspectives on this as well, Deputy. They don't all share our views in relation to the Middle East, and there are 27 EU member states. So we can't dictate every single issue, the composition of every single committee, or the composition of every consortium. We're not in a position to do that. But neither do I want to be in a position where we take the Gardaí out of important consortia that could be of use to the Gardaí and of use to this country in combating organised crime. We should never underestimate the devastation that organised crime is wreaking on societies and on people across Europe and in this country as well. And that's something we have to work with others to combat.